Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you guys are new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to another video. My name is Dems. I'm a Jamaican who migrated to Alberta back in 2019, and I'm joined by Rochelle, who is my guest of honor today. If you guys are not familiar with my channel, Rochelle is my sister-in-law who made the brave decision to migrate to Canada on a visitor's visa. She now has her work permit. She's now working, which is a big deal, right? So we're gonna talk to Rochelle a bit today to learn about her story, her journey, why she decided to make this move, and how has it been going for her so far, right? If you guys are familiar with my channel, you guys would have known the story about Rochelle, my brother, my niece, who has been living with me for the past year or so. They did their flagpole the other day, got their work permit, and she's not working. They both are actually. So drop a comment, let me know what you think about this video. Also, if you have a question that you'd like to ask, drop it down in the comment section. If you haven't already subscribed, you think they know that they should hit that subscribe
Yeah,
button?
definitely subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel. What
Yes.
are you guys waiting on? And give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos like this. Let us know down in the comment section as well. But if you like the video, like the video. That's what we always say, right? Hit that button that look like this right here. It really makes a difference, all right? So, Rochelle, first and foremost, we're gonna start by introducing yourself. How old are you? Who is Rochelle? And what kind of where were you in your life in Jamaica?
Oh, sure. So I am 30,
You know,
37.
I have to guess what age just now, right?
Listen, these days, I don't keep track of my age anymore.
Yeah.
No, no. So I'll be 37 this year around in
Okay.
November. Yes. Um, so before I migrated, say I was working, I was 5 years plus in my job as a plant supervisor, also acting manager at times, quality management, occupational health and safety, little HR, the whole
Jack
works.
of all trade, man.
Buckle wash, oh you know?
Head wash and buckle.
Buckle
Head cook, buckle
buckle
washer.
wash, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, I had it going on,
Mhm.
and I was working a pretty decent salary in Jamaica.
Okay.
Yes. Um, own my own home already, driving, basically set.
A nice middle class life.
Yes, pretty much. Living little life, have
Mm.
my own home, own vehicle.
Nice middle class life.
Yeah, you can call it so.
So you had a lot of plans for the future in Jamaica, right? What sparked the motivation first and foremost to migrate to Canada or to try something different?
Mainly, I was basically, as I said, I was 5 going to 6 years
Mm-hmm.
in my career, basically, or at that current job, and I wanted a change.
Mm-hmm.
So for somehow I felt like, listen, 5 years, no, I need out. I need something different. You know, you always have your 5 year plan.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get out, but every other job I tried to get, they're not paying me what I want.
What you want. So you
Yeah.
felt like you reached a ceiling and that was like the furthest you think you could go in that particular time. But then um you decide to leave Jamaica and pack all your life in a suitcase, you and your family. What was that feeling like? First and foremost, talk about the visa process. What was that process like, applying for the visa, getting your approval? What was that like? All right, so firstly, before I apply for the visa, it seems like, a lot of things this, This is like a lot of work because you have to submit whatever documentation and so I mean, before I was going to apply, and then somehow I got caught up with life and everything, and I thought it was a lot of work. I did not until I decided that, I'm gonna make this move. So applying for it wasn't that much as I thought. So before I thought it was a lot of work, but when you start signing up and you get the checklist and the document, you realize that you basically have all Walk in the
of
park.
these.
You don't need an
Yes.
agent, you don't need an immigration officer, did everything.
Basically, the application process is not as much as I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, it was basically just some checks, walk in the park, upload the documents. You don't have to go up by the embassy with one whole heap of files.
So were you like waiting? Like, were you excited to get your approval, or was it just like any other thing? Just like if it come true, it come true. If it don't come true, then so be it.
Tell you the truth, them are.
Mm-hmm.
We just have that feeling that yes, it's gonna be approved.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't thinking about it not being approved.
Yeah.
I was feeling like, it's just a matter of when. How long am I gonna take to give me my visa?
Yeah. So you actually started even making plans in your head.
Yeah.
After it come true and all of that.
Yes.
So when you actually opened your email that day and you saw the approval, where were you and what was that feeling like?
Okay, so to be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
I did have a little bit of not really anxiety,
But
but
doubt. Yeah.
not really doubt, but I wanted it to hurry and come true.
Yeah.
So I was checking like couple times, and then there's
like couple times, like once a day, 2 times a day. Like for me, when I was getting a check, like 10 times a day, right? Not that bad.
Days.
Okay, not that bad. Gotcha.
Yeah, it was a few days, and my husband now, he was the one who did most of the applications still.
Okay.
He created the whole thing,
GC key.
Yeah,
gotcha.
he just needed a little push from me, and then now he would quietly check, and I wouldn't know he was checking. So we're there, and I believe I was off from work.
Guys, I didn't hear this story before. This is my first time hearing this story, so I am equally vested as you guys are right now.
That week, and so I was in my garden that day, and I was talking to my neighbor because she was going to the US too. Actually, couple of my neighbors had migrated, and I said, try out that thing there, And she said, Rochelle, all will be okay, and so forth, because we had similar experience with work, and we used to share our stories.
Okay.
And so at that day, I was in my garden tilling it. So in the evening, my husband came home, and he checked. And when he checked, my husband, he does not show emotions.
Emotionless.
So he opened up, and there was just something in my mind that day I should have checked, or I should check. Just something about the 21st. It was 21 days after.
Gotcha.
So he opened it, and he didn't say anything, and he was looking at it. And then I came around the computer, and I was looking, and I said, "Oh, you hear back from them?" Yes, so what? Call them no, you get it. And he must say, what to you, wait now? And me I said, no. And then we take the picture and send it to you.
That's it.
And then you say, yeah, I want to get it.
So did you guys like celebrate at all? Like you was just like, you get it kind of thing? You don't feel no form of joy or overwhelming emotion?
I felt joy, yes. And I felt very good, because I wanted to just leave my job. I was ready to leave. So I felt really good, and I said, yes, can finally tender my resignation letter now. Yeah, so I wanted to, and then, no, but actually, that wasn't the plan. We were supposed to come for a visit in the summer, around August. That was the plan at first. And then, feel it out, see if we like it, and then we'll make the move from there. That was the plan.
Gotcha.
Yes, but we were overjoyed. And then he was there chillaxing. I said, how you feel?
Yeah. But let's fast forward a little bit. So you guys get a visa now, you guys have your passport in, and everything good. You quit your job already. You left that work, that you're looking forward to the future. One of the things that you guys shared with me was that you guys never traveled together before. Like my brother, this was his first time on a plane. What was that like? Like leaving Jamaica now, heading to the airport, knowing that you might not go back for a while. What was that feeling like?
Oh, was excited. We're looking forward to it. It moved. It was going so quickly. Like very quickly, and we were just packing up our entire lives. in probably a month after the approval.
Yeah.
Just getting everything together. It was such a quick decision, wondering what we should do with the vehicle,
Yeah.
all of that. So it was everything, packing away, giving away a few things. Yeah, and stuff like that. So it's like it moved by so quickly. You weren't even thinking that much. You were just set on packing and
making sure you don't miss anything.
Yes.
Okay. So now you guys landed. You landed in Grand Prairie, right? What was your first impression? No, I know you have traveled once before, but where you traveled to technically wasn't really foreign because Kingston 21, Florida 45 minutes right there. And you mentioned it's not even the Miami part of Florida, it's the Jamaican part of Florida. So it's like I go to Kingston, but now you're landing Grand Prairie. What
Yes.
was your first impression of Grand Prairie? If I can remember, like just coming out from the airport, seeing things for the first time, what was going through your mind?
Stepping off the plane. Wow, it's a bit chilly. Coming out of the airport, sitting there, I just wanted to see, and as I said before, I've been watching the videos, so basically kind of know little places, it's set up kind of thing. So I just wanted to look around the city,
Okay. So the feeling of what you call it, like wanting to integrate and not knowing how everything will work out, like that didn't play a factor in your mind, like at the time, or it was just more just like having like just relaxing a little bit first before pushing.
Relaxing was on my mind. I was like, wonder if we can get a job in my first week. Start work.
No, that's fair.
Integrate. So that was what was on my mind. I came and I said, you know what? Because I've heard so many stories, and you did it before, you vlog about it. I have other friends who did it. I know a lot of persons who migrated to Canada, and they keep telling me, it's first off, it will be hard, but I'm seeing the results. They're telling me about it. They're seeing it.
Yeah.
So no, because most people, they don't share the hard part.
That's right.
And they weren't sharing the hard part until they reached that part. They said, the work here.
After they overcome it.
Yes.
So you feel like most people think that okay, then you migrate and everybody just land in this position. And that's 100% true, because not everybody's gonna share, like when they're going through a struggle, they're not sharing that part. They're not sharing the struggle part.
Well, I kind of understand, because I'm like that too. Yeah, I will just sit quiet and try work out things, and then for some reason it's not about don't want to share, but is you trying to deal with it and cope and going through the motions.
And that's true, and also you want to just keep that and guard that energy, because sometimes you put things out there and the wrong person might see it, and just the energy might keep you there.
And you don't want family members to say, see, you shouldn't. You don't do good in Jamaica.
I love not really busy about what I say,
but that little energy there still.
Yeah, you don't want that energy.
Yeah, and then you feel down in yourself and stuff. But you know that the result will come, and it will. You will see it.
Okay, so when you guys just landed, I remember, because I was taking you guys around looking for jobs. What are on a visitor's visa? What were some of the challenges or successes that you said that you find throughout those earlier period of time when you were looking for a job? What were some of the challenges or successes?
All right, so the challenges are, the work permit weren't available readily.
What do you mean the work permit wasn't available?
So it's not everyone has LMIE.
Okay.
Right, and some employer, they don't even know about it. So that was the big issue. But the positive part about it, and I felt motivated even more, because basically every interview I did, I get a positive feedback. There, I once stood out for me when I went to that interview, and it was a lot of people there. It was
mass interview kind of
like a jive.
Yeah.
And I was the only black person.
Yeah.
Only black person. And I see, I even have chair beside me. Indian over there, white.
Caucasian, yeah.
And they stood out to the door and they were saying, "Come in, more chair." Okay. And then I was sitting there and I was looking and I said, "What?
What
I
kind of
mean,
places
one
for
just up."
Yeah, so what kind of places?
No, I'm
Joking.
like, I'm the only one. I mean, there was another guy who just professionally, but I kid you not, I saw others in like their PJ come for the interview. Like they just wake up and say, "Oh, an interview is gonna happen there. Let me just check it out."
Yeah.
And while I was in the room, so it was like a small conference room. I saw a video of them introducing
the company
and everything, and there wasn't one black person on it. And I sat with confidence. And when I went into the interview, about 4 or 5 persons interviewed me, and there were a lot of situational questions. And I did the interview and I left and I was like, "Boy, it was okay, but I don't know. Yeah. And the next day or 2 days after, they sent an email for me to do a background check. And then about 2 days after, they called me for the job. And that's when I said, because I've been going to job interview and then on spot when I asked about work permit, they said they did not do it. So I decided that I wasn't going to ask about this one. I'll wait until them accept me. So they accepted me and then I spoke to the manager about it and whatever. But they said no, and they need to ask HR or something. They did not do it. And so it was
just fell through.
Yeah.
And that leads to my other question. So you're motivated to go to all of these places because you know it's gonna be hard and you know it's gonna be tough, but you're pushing through and you're pushing through, but you're pushing through. But one of the things with any individual is once you keep getting rejected, whether your fault or not, it's gonna play on you emotionally. It's gonna cause you to have some form of low days, right? How did you deal with those feelings of just like just nothing working out and just getting rejected as soon as you mention that I don't have a work permit? It's like dead end. How did you deal with that part?
Okay, so I was hopeful because I knew that there was another avenue, right? Maybe if there wasn't, yeah, of course, emotionally I felt some type of way because I think that I was pushing out a lot of work and I wasn't getting the result, right? But I was still hopeful, and I wanted to just work, have my own independence basically. So I wanted that, and it wasn't happening. But I was still hopeful because I know there were different avenues.
Yeah.
But it was going to take a bit longer. So
you wanted that to come through then, so everything will be quicker.
Yes.
But like, you're hopeful, but like those low periods, was there something specific that you can share with somebody who's thinking of going through the process or somebody who's going through that low period right now? Like, was there something specific that caused you, apart from knowing that there's another avenue, that you'd say keep you motivated, keep you pushing on, that they can probably use as well to keep pushing?
All right, what keeps me motivated is the fact that I know that it's for the greater good. So you may be down or feeling down now, but think about it like this: it's a sacrifice, right? It is a sacrifice, and sometimes you need that break, because when I tell you I needed that break, I remember I've been working 10 years straight in Jamaica. So when I left my previous job of 5+ years, and I went to the one that I left, Jamaica, when I was in Jamaica, I left to come here, I just jumped from that job to the most previous job. No break. So I resigned. My last day was the Saturday. I started working the Monday, right? And then when I was at this previous job, every time I should get my vacation, the boss would say, 1 week, couple days. It was once I ever got a 2 weeks break at once, because there's always, I'm not sure, to have you go a fresh air for so long.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know. So
Like a year company.
so I was always on the go, always, always, always. So you needed that break, and sometimes there's something about yourself that you needed to find out, that you needed to even grow. Even you need that alone time to think. You need to find out certain things. You need to learn certain.
I even learn a new skill.
Yeah, I even learned a new skill.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely, definitely. So when you're going through that period, you just take that time to find you, learn something new, read couple books, just do something.
So apart from
Yes.
that, so somebody who's thinking of coming to Canada on a visitor's visa, which is still possible to convert to a work permit.
Yes.
By the way, I wouldn't personally advise you to do it, but if you choose to do it, what would you say are two factors that they have to consider before making that move?
The support. Don't just step out without knowing what you're going to do. Have a plan. Have a plan. So you'd have to know that, all right, so I'm going to stay here for here, and even have a backup plan back home, so you know that, listen, if this doesn't work out, there is always home. I go back, and I can even try back again.
Yeah.
But just, and have some money, please. Make some money.
Yeah, because that's key.
Yes, that's key. That's key.
So finance and support is the biggest thing in deciding to do a move like this.
Yes. And you can have a backup plan too.
Gotcha. Now, okay then, moving on. You guys got everything was needed. If you guys are new to my channel, so what happened is they applied underneath the Rural Renewal stream. My brother got a job offer. The Rural Renewal stream is a provincially driven stream here in Alberta for rural communities that Grand Prairie is a part of. My brother got a job offer, and then they end up applying for endorsement from the city of Grand Prairie, which was successful, right? Now, when you guys actually submitted that application, you guys were initially expecting that application probably a month or two to come through, but it ended up taking how long?
6 months.
6 months. So, like, while waiting on that provincial nomination to come through now, now, of course, you'd be motivated again because, you know, you get that approval from the city, and then you guys submit that application, but then it keeps dragging on. What was that feeling like?
Because anxiety. Oh my goodness. Emotion up and down.
Yeah.
When? And worse, it was in winter period.
Oh, seasonal depression.
Seasonal depression. I wanted out of the house. I was tired. You know, I wanted to be working. I just, so it's just me. I think I developed some form of anxiety then.
Yeah.
When you keep logging in, checking.
And that's everybody. That's the part that people don't talk about enough.
Yes.
The anxiety that goes with immigration. It's like real anxiety, and like now you are putting your life in the hands of immigration. So I can understand, but apart from that anxiety, like what I want to ask is, you mentioned that it was winter. You have never seen snow before. This would have been your first winter experience because remember you traveled about to Kingston 21, right? So sunshine just the same. What was that first winter like?
Okay, so starting off winter, first, excited. Yes.
And I'm like, no, don't get excited.
Oh my God, you know, I was waiting for it. Every time I'm checking it, sinner is gonna fall. This, that, looking on. 8 o'clock, you know?
Yeah.
I was so excited. I want to do all these things in the snow. First fall, up and down, excited, go outside. December, not so bad. After I see that snow in my top, you know that.
Yeah, because it was pretty much a slow winter. It started late. Yeah.
What about that heavy snow, big flakes, and filling up the ground? You know, I don't see that. I don't see that. looking out until what? January, February, -42. Whoa! And then when I realized February, March, April, what kind of place is this?
And you know what? It's actually a good winter because normally December especially would already been underneath snow already.
Yeah.
So you guys actually experience a very late winter because like no snow, almost no snow in November. Normally Halloween, which is October, we'd already be underneath snow already. So it was actually a late winter. So you'd have all of that month, November, December, January, February, March, April, up to May long weekend would still be getting snow.
I hope this winter is later than that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an early winter, but I'm not a meteorologist.
But no, the issue for me was not the snow per se, it's the length.
That's the part. And the darkness.
Yes.
The darkness. It gets dark early.
Yes.
And it gets light out late. So it's always night. It's always dark. It's always overcast. It's cold as hell. And stuff like that. As somebody who's experienced their first winter, persons are always wondering, can I do it? Can they do it, Rochelle?
Of course they can. Listen, just go out there, go to the store. If you don't have much money, go to the thrift store, buy yourself a coat or two, buy your little snowshoes, buy your socks, buy your gloves, just buy the proper gears.
Yeah.
Buy the proper gears, winter gears. That's all
emphasis on buy the proper gears.
Just the proper gears, right? And you're good. As long as you're not going to work in the snow, you're good.
You're good.
Yes.
So did you think that you'd survive temperatures like those -45, -40, right? Because people always think they can't do it. Did your skin crack? Did you pass out? No, you survived, right?
I didn't pass out. My skin got dried, yes.
Yeah.
Very dried. You have to keep it moisturized. So that is key. And water, because you're going to be dehydrated if you do not drink a lot of water or liquid. But sometimes you're dehydrated and you don't even know it, right? So definitely keep hydrated. Proper gears.
So winter question is done. How did you keep yourself busy? Like through that period of time when you're waiting on your work permit to come through and you're just home, you're inside, you're locked in. How did you keep yourself busy throughout those period of time when you were waiting on your provincial nomination to come through? It's winter, you're home, you're inside. What did you do to pass the time?
Okay, so first, before then, I was volunteering with a charity, and then I get a connection with a quality management or school in Barbados. You know, I did like a webinar where I did doing some quality management thing. I link up with another auditor. I was trying to make little things work.
Oh, I see.
Then I started reading some books, and then sometimes I just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you tried still to
but
be productive, you tried to be out there, tried to do your thing still and all of that. So that's a good advice actually for persons who are actually waiting on their permits, waiting on stuff. Don't sit and just do nothing. As we said, learn a new skill, build a new connection, go out there and just try to make things happen generally. Okay, good. All right, let's get to the meat of the matter now. After 6 months of waiting, you get your provincial nomination approved. What was that feeling like? Because obviously that would have been, in my opinion, bigger than getting a visa approved. What was that feeling like?
Wow, that feeling was yes, finally. I can go make some money now. I can start out. I can do. It felt like it was a new beginning.
Yeah.
It felt like you move out of your mother house. You graduate from high school.
Yeah.
You want to. You're gonna choose your profession now, your career path. That's what it felt like for me, like a new start.
Gotcha. I understand fully.
Yeah.
So you guys flagpoled.
Yeah.
Were you nervous? Were you anxious to go to the border? Like, what was that part like?
I was anxious. So even when I had to stay over, when we were on our journey,
Mhm.
and we drive certain hours, and we have to stay over, I was like, I couldn't sleep much
Mhm.
until we finally reached. And then every minute I was checking my bag to see if I have all the papers
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
I reach.
Yeah.
So from before we leave out on our journey at the hotel, leaving out, the papers was in my they were in my handbag, and
Are
I
you
keep
making sure,
making
keep
sure.
checking?
Yes,
You have the passport?
we never
You
left.
have
No,
the that? You
we
have
didn't
that?
leave
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
anything. All right. So at the border, line up now. It's like, oh, I'm slow, you
Mhm.
know. So for those who watch the video,
Yeah.
coming to the U.S. border now, and this is the thing, be prepared. Read as much as you can, you know. Know know the process and the procedure. So any little thing, you're not frightened,
Mhm.
because the U.S. immigration officer, he tried to, scared us by saying,
Yeah.
you have a U.S. visa, your husband, your child didn't have any. This is the U.S. You're
Mhm.
entering. You have a Jamaican passport. To
Yeah.
enter the U.S., you need a U.S. visa.
Yeah. Trying to be the bad
Yeah,
cop.
this is not how it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I wasn't scared one
Mhm.
bit, because anytime I'm going anywhere, I don't walk with the spirit of fear.
Mhm.
Yeah, I always think through any situation, what next.
Yeah.
So when he said, okay, pull over and go inside, I know right then and there they were going to process us.
Yeah.
Yes. Only thing they can do is tell us to go back to Canada and
Yeah.
deport us to Jamaica.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
so um after they process us, I mean, the immigration officer inside was very nice,
Mhm.
kind, and
Yeah.
explain the process, explain everything to us. I'm going to tie this to your visa, but as to your husband and your daughter, we're gonna just, deny. But that's nothing.
Mhm.
That won't, do
Just make
anything.
sure to mention it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and explain everything.
Okay.
And then he came out now and showed us where to turn and go to the
Mhm.
Canadian side and coming
Everything
back.
good.
Yeah,
And
and
we're not gonna give too much
yeah,
detail there. If you want to see that process, go and watch that video.
yes,
We have that full flag polling video on our channel, so go and check that out. But what I personally want to know is work permitting and
oh,
driving back. What was that feeling like?
oh, anything can happen now. Anything. Listen, anything. Even if the vehicle break down, even if, as at that point, we didn't even book a hotel to stay on our journey back,
Yeah,
and it was late. It was like after 8, 9.
yeah.
My thing is that we can't even sleep in the car tonight.
As long as
We
work permitting
we
and
can't even park up at a police station anywhere.
Mhm.
I don't care right now.
Yeah.
Booking a hotel is the least.
Mhm.
Everything else is the least. We got what we went for, and that is all
That
matters.
must have been a great feeling though, like that feeling of just like sit here, this is what we came for. This sit
It
here.
was unbelievable.
Mhm.
You came, went through all the anxiety. I kid you not.
Mhm.
Market anxiety
Yeah.
throughout the entire process. Yes.
Oh, you're not alone. Everybody
Yeah,
does.
yo, listen, we get anxiety. Let me have got healed from this anxiety.
And
I
again,
have
I
to
understand because we all go through the same
I
process.
have to heal from this one,
Mhm.
because just checking,
Mhm.
winter, miserable,
Yeah.
at home, wanting to work,
Mhm.
you know,
All of that
all of that, and checking, nothing, nothing, nothing. And then after, everything just happens, you know?
done.
Yes, so it,
So,
it was unbelievable.
so that's done now.
Mm-hmm.
You get your work permit. You guys are fully legal now to start working.
Mm-hmm.
You start doing a local process now, getting Alberta Health, getting your SIN number, all of your legal documents, and actually now getting your first job, working in Canada. What is that feeling like, and what is different between working here so far than back in Jamaica?
In Canada, it's not like the workplace settings is not like a family setting. You know, back in Jamaica, you and your work friends, them, you go on the road, you have lunch, you,
Mhm.
hey, one to Friday after work, little
Yeah.
party, we're gonna link up there, so yeah, come,
Mhm.
right? No, not that vibe. Like, I've even seen a coworker walking in, gone about them business, not even morning,
That's
coming
what it
out.
is. Welcome to the Great
Yeah,
North.
so you just come, you just do your work, you just work and go home. That's it. So it's not like that little.
Mhm.
And then it is good and it is bad
Mhm.
because back home we tend to have this culture where it's close, but yet still it kind of baga.
Professionalism kind of gets
Yeah,
skirt.
yeah, and
Mhm.
sometimes a lot of
Mhm.
toxic, toxic,
Toxicity.
yes,
Toxicity. That's the word. Toxicity.
yeah, comes into
All
play.
of the English majors let
But
us know what that
the
word is.
thing here is you're focusing on working,
Mhm.
and then you come, you do your work, and you're out the door,
That's right.
and then everybody just work on time. You
Mhm.
come to work 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you see people walking. Good morning.
Yeah. You don't really have
Like,
people come work an hour before or
yeah,
don't like it's
yeah,
just usually on
yeah,
time.
yeah. Good morning,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that little
The fake
one
smile. It's
second
okay. It's
smile.
the fake smile. We know
Okay.
we
And
grew
gone.
accustomed to it.
Gone to their work.
Mhm.
And then you see them come back. Okay, we're checking this
Yeah.
and then that's when they
Yeah.
you know socialize,
Mhm.
and then good socializing very well on the job. Crack a little one joke gone,
Yeah.
and then say 5 o'clock or whatever time your shift finish.
Bye.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it.
And gone.
That's it.
And you see them on the bus, you're
Mhm.
not even high, but gone. But I kind of like it because the thing is you're just focused on work,
Mhm.
and then when I am home, it's not about work. I'm not thinking about
Yeah.
work when I'm home. In Jamaica, your boss could call it 20 time after 5, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Um, so and so, what about this other? No.
Yeah, but
Mm-mm.
also that
Yeah.
should not be the way it should be in Jamaica, by the way. Like you
Right, I
create that
know.
environment. But
Yes.
so if
Mm.
you guys have been following Rochelle's journey,
Mhm.
just an update,
Mm.
Rochelle, they have gotten their own apartment, they've gotten their own spot. They're gonna be moving out in a couple weeks. Yeah, a lot of you guys, I know that all the persons who are fully invested. They're probably wondering, yo, they're not move out.
When I move out, you're gonna stay here.
Them talking about this stay,
Oh.
the sealer. Them talking about this stay with a firm. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, they are gonna be moving out on their own to start
Yeah.
getting their own Canadian experience. They start their own journey.
Mhm.
They both have a job now. They're gonna be on their own, gonna be getting their car and all of that journey. And yes, guys, Rochelle is gonna be starting a channel where she's gonna be sharing her own personal journey on that part. I don't know if she have a name yet, but as soon as she have it, she'll share
Yeah.
it whenever she's ready to do that. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, just an update. They will be doing that very very soon. So you'll be seeing them going into their own um it's not an apartment, it's really a townhouse. It's really their own space. They're
Yeah.
gonna be going in. What was that process like? They'll share that on their channel. What
Mhm.
was the process like in finding their first apartment, first place to live, getting their furniture, all of those things. First Dollarama shopping, all of those little things they will be sharing on that channel. So show some love whenever
Yeah.
that channel is up and running. Absolutely want to say that. And I'm just talking now because I'm gonna allow Rochelle to say the final few words. I'm gonna ask her a question and then she'll answer you guys. But what I think, guys, I think whatever you do, have faith, have positivity, and know that it will work out.
Mhm.
But is this process something that I would suggest somebody to do? Personally, I'm not an immigration consultant, lawyer, affiliate, none of the sort, so this is not legal advice, of
Mhm.
course. But I believe that if you're gonna do this, as Rochelle said, be sure to have the right support, because that is key, fundamental on a journey like this, because you don't know if you're gonna get a job 1 week or 1 month or 6 months after. What is that gonna be like? You don't know. right? Because they ended up had to extend their visitors visa because the 6 months was up
Yeah.
and then it got had to be extended and all of those lovely things. Zuri, my niece, she's now in day home, daycare, what was that process like? They'll share that on their channel and all of the things that I know that you guys want to see. But if you're thinking of making a move like this, know that it's not easy. It is like not the easiest thing to do. It's hard, and the probability of it not working is significantly higher than it actually working. So you have to know all of those factors and you know make a decision based on all of those facts, all of those information that is not only put out on this channel, but also on many other channels on YouTube, blogs, internet, the thing set. Also, guys, our calendar is up and running. If you guys want to book on one-on-one with us to hear about our journey, we have a whole list of services. The link is in the video description. Click on the link; it takes you there. You guys can book a one-on-one with us, so we can share our journey with you guys again. We can't file your paperwork for you as we're not consultants too. We can't help you find a job because we're not a job recruiting agency, unfortunately. And three, whatever advice you get here, it's not legal advice, but it's just advice based on our own experience of friends and family, and also simply by doing our own research, right? So you have to take that as well and know that immigration is different for everybody, and what works for one person might not work for another person, vice versa. If you haven't already subscribed, please take a second, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, let us know what you think about the conversation, and give the video a thumbs up. Now, Russia, the last thing I want you to say is really and truly looking back over your journey. You like it's coming up to July, almost a year now in Canada. I know that a lot of persons might have been saying that, yo, Rochelle, look how you take up yourself gone and nothing work out and yada yada, right? Now you're here, you have the work permit, about to apply for PR and all of those things. Looking over the journey in its entirety to where you are right now. First question is, would you have done anything differently? And the second question is, what are you looking forward to the most?
Would I have done anything differently?
Maybe a little bit more preparation in terms of resources.
Hmm.
That's it. But no, no. I just leap in faith
Hmm.
and it works. So no,
You
just
believe
basically
everything, yeah.
resources, more resources. That's it. But then again, because we had the support,
Hmm.
and trust me, it was a big thing.
Trust me.
Because if you if you guys weren't,
Hmm.
here, or I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
Or probably if I'd known the journey,
yeah,
so not the outcome, because I already know the outcome.
yeah.
But if I'd known the path that I would have to take, I'd probably not come as yet, or
Hmm.
say, Mom, you first.
Yeah.
Because when you think about the waiting period,
Hmm.
and I'm used to just being active,
Yeah.
I probably would have.
But everything happens exactly as it
Yeah.
should because immigration is changing like crazy right now. So if you are
Yes.
delayed, the door would have probably slammed shut, right?
And,
So
and and anything I'm doing, I always pray about it. And I told you before, I prayed about this.
The
And
night I dreamt that you came to me and said that now is the time. And let me say no more.
Say less. What are you looking forward to the most now?
All right. So what I'm looking forward on my most. So we got our apartment, and I've said it before. I've never lived alone with my husband. Never.
That's not a good thing to say about that. How long have you guys been married?
We're married for 8 years.
But situation is Russia have her home in Jamaica,
Yeah.
but her mom lived with her and siblings.
yeah. But the thing about it, and I thought about it, is we are always blessing people. Always, always blessing people. And that's a good thing. And that is why I think that the Lord has always sent blessing on us, because we don't ultimately keep
Hmm.
things for ourselves. I like to bless people. I like to see people happy.
Yeah.
And I don't.
I can't say much. You're going through something. You're
Mhm.
not going to get a lot of words from me. But which any way that I can help.
Yeah.
If you call on me 24/7 to do something, I will do it. but I may not say much.
Yeah. So you are looking forward to having that alone time with your family.
Yes. So key, and that was one of the reasons that really pushed us to come too.
Okay.
Yes. So alone time with my family, setting up that apartment, you know, just fully integrating, you know, getting everything together and going out and just doing everything. We're looking forward to getting our own home, everything that this place has to offer.
Okay.
Yes.
And I know I said two, but now that you have your work permit, you're gonna be applying for PR very soon because you have your nomination. Is Grand Prairie still a place?
I love Grand Prairie. I thought of other places, but if I should go elsewhere, it would have to be it has to be somewhere similar to Grand Prairie. I really don't like the big cities.
Okay.
I like simple life. Yeah, and Grand Prairie is a place. I mean, I don't see where we lack anything here.
Apart from a Jamaican restaurant, but okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. But you know, it can work. It can work right here. Yeah, you have your pros and your cons, but it can work, right? And the opportunities. Oh my goodness, the opportunities are here.
Okay, we'll end it on that note, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys in the next one.